Hey, how you guys doing? It is time to pick what little bit of corn is out there. Doesn't look like much. It isn't much. So, we'll run through it with the picker and see what we can come up with. Got to get the picker greased up. Get it ready. Hop on out here. Had a low tire. I could see this one was low. The one on this side of it I could see was low, so I put some air in it and pulled it over the tall grass. And wondering if the other side didn't look a little bit low, but this tire looks way worse than the other one. Had got to get another tank of air and put in there. Hopefully it'll hold air long enough to get around the field a couple times anyway. Yeah, I should have walked around the other side and looked at it before I started moving. I had looked at it a while ago and I knew it had a tire that was flat on it. And it was the uphill side one. And at that time this one was still up. But as you can see, it's not so much up now. It's off the rim actually a little bit. But it seems like it's going to take air. Let's try them out. Yeah, air's going in. Tires coming out on the rim. Carrying a lot of extra grass and caught in the cracks of the sidewalls, but it's coming up. There you go. We'll make it up at least to the shop where I can finish filling it with the right air pressure and grease it up and look it over and get the wagon going. Then maybe I can actually go around the field a couple times. Sounds like I'm hearing some air leaks, so I'm probably going to have to knock this off the rim and do something with the tube, but at least I'll get it up where I can work on it. Well, I got them up here by the shop. It really doesn't seem like it's going to hold air any better up here than it did down there in the field. So I'm going to take the tire off, and there was a bolt holding this piece of sheet metal on there, this shield, and it rung off. The head of the bolt rung off, so I'm going to spray it down with some of this Presbyterian blaster. See how that does. Loosen him up, then I'll hammer on him a little bit. Hit him once or twice with the hammer, and put me a pipe wrench on there, and if I have to put some heat on it, I'll do that. But if it don't come out, really, I could just put a nut on it anyway. But I don't know. I will try to take it out the right way once. Then I got to change the tire. Here's the head of the bolt that rung off, and this spacer's supposed to be behind it. I don't know. It doesn't really need to be that thick. But anyway, dogs always think there's something somewhere that they got to get to. There ain't nothing in there. Might be a cricket. Ain't nothing down there. Oh, there's no convincing them. Well, it gives them something to do. Use up some energy. Maybe they'll sleep tonight instead of barking. Back to this. We gotta hold this thing back here a little bit. I'll get something to prop that back, and I can wail on that a little bit with this dainty little ball peen hammer. You can see we're hard on tires around here. This is off the silage cutter. Yep. Got some bad news for some of y'all. I ain't cutting silage this year for myself. Just I'm cutting down on the amount of head of cattle I have, and I just didn't have enough corn with the dry weather and stuff to Be worth putting it in there. I actually cut down some of the fields of corn with my hay cutter and just going to round bale it up, because there wasn't a single ear out there anyway, and it was just mostly grass. So that's what I'm doing. A friend of mine, his silage cutter was not up to the task, so we borrowed mine. That's why we had to change that tire. So no silage for me this year. Sorry. Please don't change the channel and watch somebody else. I'm gonna pick corn, I promise. Anyway, let me get this thing fixed. Yeah, that stick might hold it back enough. Let's see. Come on, dogs. Ain't no convincing them. Let's see what I got to do. Yeah, you got him propped back. I just gotta hit him a couple times. If it don't knock something loose, let's see. That might have loosened him up some, I don't know. It's bound to help a little bit. Now we'll take our hand and dandy fit-all wrench. See if I can get him to grab a hold of that. It doesn't seem like it's wanting to grab it too easy. Ooh, didn't want to move. Nope. We'll let him soak a little more. Hit him a few more times. Yep. Well, we wailed on it a few more times and hit it back and forth, and I think it's actually coming out. It's unscrewing. Can't hardly believe it. There you go. Yep. Yeah, look how dry that was down in there. But it's out. Now we yanked the tire off. Yanked the rim off, the wheel off. Maybe I should spray them lugs down. The dogs are absolutely convinced there's something under there worth having. There's nothing down there. There's nothing worth getting. Every time they see underneath of anything, they think something's under there. There's nothing under there. Get away. Before I take that off, I'm going to pull it out of the driveway area where there's little wide spots so things can get by. Let me pull it up there. Well, I got my fine Widowmaker high lift jack here, the very one that almost took my right eye out several years ago. Got a dent right here in my skull where that handle hit it. Busted me open here. Anyway, I can still see out of the eye, but I couldn't for months. And it ain't very good. It's 20/40 instead of 20/20. There's 20/20 in my left eye, 20/40 in my right eye. It ain't so good, but at least I got some vision in it. Let's get it jacked up. I stay a good ways out the way of the handle. Before I get it up in the morning, let me break any lugs loose. Did I bring the race eyes? Yes, I did. Wonderfulous. I get them broke. Ugh. It ain't too tight, but they're stiff. Now I'll put them on my Iranian Mixmaster here. See if we can get them to come out a little easier. If I can get this one there. Alright. thing's a lifesaver, labor saver anyway. Never would have thought they'd come up with a electric one that would hold a candle to a regular wind wrench, pneumatic, but this takes the cake. Even Snoopy thinks so. Snoopy, don't look underneath anything else. Well, as I was going up with the jack, it kind of fell off on its own. So let's roll them away. Get it broke down and see where the hole's at in the tube. My buddy Tom's watching this and laughing at how I do tires, I'm sure. He's the expert. But he's scared to get on camera. Well, we found where the tube had kind of rubbed a hole. Well, a bad spot in the tire had rubbed a hole in the tube. So we put this big patch on there, and I guess I'm going to try to line it back up with the spot in the tire so that it'd be rubbing on this big patch instead of the tube. So anyway, then we'll get it back together and make some adjustments, tighten up some chains and put some oil and grease in it, and I guess I'll pick some corn tomorrow. Yep. Since this tire was in such pristine shape, almost new, I decided it's best to go ahead and put a little old boot in it. Got a little boot down in there because it's a lot of wear left in this tire. I mean, it's in real good shape. Yes, sir. Just try to get away from me. I mean, let's face it, it's on a machine you use for 2 or 3 weeks out the year. Why do you want to spend $200-300 on a tire? Spend $3 on a boot and put it there. Anyway, so let me go ahead and remount it up. Finish rolling her in there. Oh yeah. There he is in all his glory. Just got to put a little baby powder on there now. It's a cold morning this morning. Cattle are down there grazing. Still some green grass. We had enough rain later in the summer to bring the grass back, but I'm having to water them. Need watering troughs here because we got a what you call a spring development down there, kind of like an artesian well. This water from a spring farther up the hill, which would be about here in the fence line. We dug down and put some drain tile in there and then run some solid pipe down to that concrete ring there, and it fills with water all the time, except it's been too dry, and it's finally dried up. Like I say, we've had rain since then, but I guess it hadn't built up the underwater, excuse me, hadn't built up the level of water underground. Anyhow, so putting some, having to water them here. But they're doing fine. I gotta get out there and pick that corn. 2 or 3 days later than I wanted to start, but had to run and get some parts and run some other errands yesterday. I haven't been getting my videos up because I have some computer memory issues. It's taken a while to get them fixed, so you're seeing this a while later than you should, as well as my other videos. But anyway, well, we're out here in the corn and it's not great, but There's some ears out here. Don't look too good. Odd looking ears. And then there's some places where there's some good big ears, but it's got like mold on some of it. And, there you go, it's a nice ear. I know it looks odd till you seeing red ears, but we got a lot of red ears on some of this corn. Some yellow. But we'll see what we get. See, look at this. This is completely worthless piece of corn here, ear of corn. Hope there's not too many like that. We had a lot of smut this year. So, but good Lord, I'm sure we'll make sure that it is enough. It always seems to. Yeah. It'll be enough to get us through. Here's a nice ear here. That's a pretty good size ear. Back to the job at hand. I've been carrying some round bales out in the field, putting some in the barn and some in the field there for the cow. I gotta go ahead and put this on there, and then I'll get greasing it up. Well, I think we got everything ready. Got the wagon hooked up. Everything's greased up and seemed to be squeaking everywhere it should. So, guess I'll wade on out there. another. This corner over here, not only the corn not come up exactly right because it's dry. What did come up was the deer and the groundhogs got into it. A lot down, a lot. It's a mess. It'd be hard for me to have enough corn to do a little bit of food I got to do. Some of them don't look too bad. This here don't look too bad. Well, it's kind of ugly. It don't look too good. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rounds, and I don't think I'm going to average too good. I might get 60 bushels to the acre. I don't know. And it's some ugly looking stuff. Let's look in the wagon. It ain't pretty, but grind it up for feed. It'll be fine. But it isn't what we hoped for. But it wasn't optimum year, was it? Just one of those years where I tell you the truth, it's the worst I've had from a corn. It'll be enough though. Lord always gives you just enough. Does me anyway. He's always been very kind to me. So anyhow, I might go and fool with a little hay. We'll see what the humidity's pretty low and the stalks are getting dry and their stuff is shattering a lot. So I'm gonna take care of this hay, and maybe when the moisture starts coming up and the stalks stiffen up a little more, I'll jump on out there. Anyhow. That's a beautiful view there. Got the full moon up there. A little bit of frost on the corn stalks this morning. Beautiful 620, an old corn picker out there in the field.